file. Alright, I am streaming pre-show for everyone to watch live while it's broken. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. Name of the source. Podcast add new source. Browse.
That's good. Pre-show. Oh wait, this one I need to go to restream.
Oh wait, what? I don't think you sent me the right.
I sent you a link.
GU add.
Yeah.
Why did my files close? What the fuck is going on? Like my computer is like closing shit without me closing it.
I have no idea.
Now what the fuck? Medium icons. Twitch podcast intro. Twitch overlays GU add. Properties. Browse. Why is this being such a piece of shit? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Black screen. It saved it as. It's not the actual opening. You sent me the.
I sent you the ad. That was that one. Oh, you needed a big opening?
Yes, that's what I was talking about.
Oh, well, that one I already sent you a link a while ago, didn't
I? No. No, I'm saying it's not opening. It's not working.
Oh, well.
It's not playing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's playing.
Oh. I've had that problem before. But I just basically had to restart OBS in order to get it to start re-rolling.
I just restarted it.
Yeah.
The thing I needed though was the image that you're. Oh wait, yeah, no, you gave me that already.
Yep. Because the image is the ad that I used in the middle of the frame.
I can leave it. I can leave the Saturdays on Twitch thing.
Yeah, otherwise if you don't like that, you can hold the alt thing and you can get rid of it that way.
But it's okay. It's not that bad. Okay. Okay, I know what to do. Oh my god. It's so simple. Okay, let's see. Make invisible. Make it visible.
Triggered.
Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It doesn't like to be resized. Every time I resize it, it shits itself. Okay, I'm gonna just restart OBS one more time.
Weird.
Oh my god, this is fucking hell. Might have a light start. Fuck. Wonder if I fit to screen. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, the worst part about this is it shows a black screen.
Huh.
Why does this not loop? It'll loop upon opening OBS,
Ah.
but it won't open if the source is opened or the scene is opened. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nope. Fuck. Okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna have to screen capture the Dick Sword. I might have to do it without the opening and then just have the opening on, you know.
Cold open, just.
Yeah. I'll apologize for that at the end. I can add it in.
Yeah, I mean, you could add it in if you were if you clip a video and then download the video and then clip that onto the front and then upload it later.
Yeah, that's what I'm probably gonna have to do.
And you get that sweet intro music.
The other thing is too, if I reset transformation, it literally doesn't like to be resized.
Okay.
That's the whole issue.
Well,
it doesn't like to be made smaller.
You did uncheck hardware encoding, right? You did that.
No, I rechecked it.
Oh, okay.
Because like it works flawless, but
I don't know. I know.
I wonder if what oh, let's see this.
Hmm.
Nope. Oh. It's just being a piece of shit.
Hey, you know.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna resize my camera really quick. Cause fuck this. Don't have time for this. Didn't even get a chance to grab my fucking tea.
You can still get the tea. You got 2 minutes.
I can.
Kitchen's there, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Reframe that. Stream starting soon. I'll get that ready. First Gamers United podcast.
Oh yeah. All right,
Gamers United podcast. Number 1.
Episode 1.
And then what would it be? Just talking or podcast? I'll be right back. My stream is live.
All right.
Okay, I'm just gonna update the Facebook and all that.
Okay.
And Twitter all at the same time. Okay. Sorry about this. Technical difficulties on the first fucking stream. Yeah. God. Okay, so that's posting. Share. Share now. And then copy paste this. Twitter. Everyone gets to hear me ramble and mutter and just be.
You're damn right. How it works.
Podcast. Hashtag streaming live. There we go. Okay, that's been posted. I guess I'm ready when you are. So if you want to do the
All
countdown.
Right. Well, I just real quick, little, just to follow on. Here we go. There it is. Well, that's
Getting fucking ready.
Gotta get yoked for this one. It's the real one. Bruh, catch that like.
He was sleeping for so long. That's good.
All right. Let's switch the scene. Doop. Everything goes.
Wait, let me know when to go.
No. We're good. We're not on yet.
Okay.
Okay. I gotta get rid of that. Gotta switch over to here. I need a thing over there, but that's okay. That's happening next week. My dude. Oh my god. Okay.
What are you doing?
Nothing at all. Nothing. Just dying inside. No big deal.
Don't even worry about it.
Don't you worry about a thing. Some bullshit.
I forgot to at you on.
Don't at me. I didn't at you either. Don't worry.
I just got a notification that you posted. Okay, ready?
Nope.
You count it down.
Good morning. What's up, everybody? My name is Joseph Matting. This is Sam Smith. She's 7 foot tall. And this is the Gamers United podcast, episode number 1. Sam, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. A little tired. We were up a little late last night.
Way
other
too
than that,
late.
I'm excited to. Yeah, way too late. Other than that, how are you feeling?
Same, mostly. I got coffee. I'm dead. But we're here. We're here to have some fun. Episode number 1 should be interesting. A lot of rehearsing, right? A lot of rehearsing yesterday.
Oh yeah, trying to get used to how to do everything. It was fun. I swore a lot. I hit my desk a lot. I wanted to walk away a lot.
Yeah,
and
well.
I learned that I am dyslexic when I am rereading a sentence about 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, you know, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. All right. So today, among other things, regular chat, interaction at the end of the show. Just so everybody knows, if you're watching live over on Twitch TV, YouTube, Mixer, or any other service we provide, if you are watching this live, we are not going to directly comment to your comments during the show. but we will address comments at the end of the show. If anybody has questions, concerns, or if you see us mess up something directly in the show, hashtag RIP right there. I'm going to see it. I'm going to try to address it. So if I give you the wrong quote, say I say something's from 2015 instead of 2018, and you know I'm wrong, call me out. Let me hear about it. So during the show, we're going to have this week 5 items to discuss. 5. Okay. The first item comes from Dice Studios.
Yeah, and the location is in Stockholm. So, fuck, that wasn't open. It just closed on me.
Oh, all right.
Everything's closing on my computer for some reason.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
No
guys.
worries.
I know this is live, but I was going to apologize. I'm having some weird computer issues this morning. Wasn't happening last night. Everything seems to close. Okay, I was able to reopen tabs. It was Chrome that crashed this time.
There we go. Very nice.
Chrome crashed.
Yep.
Okay. So I read this first on multiplayer first, and this was, I'm going to do a direct quote from Alex Coe, the editor-in-chief. So it's no secret that DICE has been working tirelessly for Battlefield 5's big January update. While we don't know what exactly this Battlefield 5 upcoming patch will bring, we know it'll be hefty as it's already 10 pages long. Fortunately for us, DICE has seen it fit to release tiny bits of information regarding the upcoming patch. Over on Twitter, if things go according to plan, not only that, but he sent out a series of tweets that talk about some of the improvements coming to the title. And these are just a series of tweets from producer Jakub Ajmal. I'm very sorry if I did not pronounce that right. There are 3 not big updates, but just patches that really stuck out to me just due to playing the game and feeling as though things weren't displayed properly or reacting properly to their environments. So the first off is they improved the ragdoll behavior, which basically looks better, looks new in various scenarios, such as when you're being killed by an explosion. So no longer will you throw a nade and just see someone fall over like it's like an old school game. They're actually going to go flying, do a cartwheel through the air. It's going to be a lot more entertaining, a lot more fulfilling once you get that. The other one is an update for the audio. And this one has to do with footsteps and movement. They're going to be changing it so that walking and sprinting sound quite a bit louder, so that way you have to be very strategic in when you move quickly. And they're also going to make crawling and crouching quieter so that you guys can have a more stealthy gameplay, so you can actually sneak up on the enemy team if they're sitting like little camping, you know what.
Yeah.
Finally my favorite one, which I'm thinking a lot of you guys might like, is actually going to be the Panzerfaust. It's getting an update so that you can actually kill planes in one hit. No longer will you have to aim at it and shoot it 3 or 4 times just to see it disappear or kind of just dive bomb out of the air. No, it's actually going to be a big. So I'm pretty excited about those. Are you interested in any of these at all, Joe?
Yeah, I'm not really much of a Battlefield 5 player. I don't want to say fan because I like the game. I like the developers. DICE knows what they're doing. Battlefield has been known for this kind of a gameplay, right? Like, if you look at replays since Battlefield 1942, there's always been something crazy, like a Jeep is glitched through the ground in order to fly 1,000 feet in the air, or somebody backflips a tank to blow a plane out of the air in a shot, right? So
a dead body's the best launch pad when you're doing something like that, right?
Yeah, exactly, right? So that's kind of some of the features that have always make Battlefield 5 stand out. They did a big promotion for a long time where they would say only in Battlefield to try to stand out ahead of Call of Duty series, right? Now, in this current generation, BF5, I haven't gone all in on it because I'm so far.
Well, they've also got a what's it called? A Battle Royale mode coming out. I think they mentioned it in either November or December, and people are really heavily waiting on that. And I think there's another game coming out with a Battle Royale version, isn't there?
Yes. Right now, besides DICE, what we've got going in the Battle Royale space, Rockstar, actually. Rockstar has recently announced that they are going to have Red Dead Online get a Battle Royale mode. Red Dead Online, as of yesterday, this here was originally posted on January 10th, 2019 by Jeff Cork. Game Informer says that Rockstar announced the first batch of new content coming to the Red Dead Online beta. The biggest addition of the new is the new Gun Rush mode, where the Western games answer to the Battle Royale craze. So if you're into PUBG, if you're doing Fortnite, if you're whatever, and you...
I mean, we don't need to talk about Fortnite.
There's a couple people who like to talk about Fortnite, I'll tell you that. A couple million, actually. So,
I know. And it pains me every time to think about it. Yes. I mean, admittedly, good on them for making a game that everybody likes.
Sure.
But not for me.
Yeah.
I've downloaded it and I've uninstalled it. Like, there's no.
Well, you know, that's the thing, is you're not going to have John Marston coming in and going... Building walls. No, this is going to be 6-shooter. It's high noon. Bang, 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 bang. 32 players.
One of my questions about that is...
Yes.
Parts of the game that people really like to use, such as Deadeye.
Yeah.
That's not going to be incorporated in this. It would be impossible to do that. So how many, is it just going to be a straight up shooter? Is it going to be like a copy paste, or is it going to be...
I mean, given the way that Rockstar does multiplayer, I don't imagine it's going to be different than if you were just running around in GTA when they were doing these similar modes, right? I mean, they had Team Deathmatch in GTA and it wasn't a big deal. It's just that you don't have fully automatic weapons, right? Or whatever. To be honest, I'm not really well versed on Red Dead 2 in particular, but you know, I mean, it's Old West, right? So you've got a lot of single shooters, a lot of 6-shooters. Exactly. Yes. So you're going to get your opportunities to shoot, but I think it's going to come down to a lot of horse riding, I'm sure. You got
to get that pony.
And you know, they'll have either individual play or team play if you're into it. So there's only 32 people in the space, so it's not a huge game. Yeah, exactly. I imagine everything's going to come down to close quarters, bang bang. You know, and
it's classic battle royale, zone closes.
Oh yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that'll be interesting. I wonder if it'll be like actually, it'd be kind of cool. I'm just speculating here, but imagine like a ring of fire closing in on, like, a wooded area, or like in like a bunch of... that would really up the stakes, because as soon as you go in the fire, you catch fire. You don't want to be out in the fire. Like PUBG, it's like the blue zone.
Right.
It's like, okay, tickled, ha ha ha, I'm just going to sit out here for half the game, kind of thing.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's cool.
Yeah, right now they've got, you know, they call it the beta. I don't know. This is a fully released game, so that kind of triggers me a little bit. But all of the online aspects of Red Dead are in beta. So even as they release this Gun Rush mode, their Battle Royale, right, it's going to be tweaked and changed and played with along the way. So if they do something where it's a literal ring of fire, they may still not have full damage. You may just be standing in fast smoldering ashes, right? And that hurts a little, not a ton. But you know, we'll see what happens as it comes down the pipe here. A lot of people like Red Dead, you know, obviously for the story. So.
Oh yeah, my boyfriend's a huge fan of it. I got him it for Christmas.
Yeah.
His computer has been ignored quite a bit since he got it.
Yeah, you know, God, I just wish they would release it on PC simultaneously. You know, sometimes I feel about Rockstar that they like to do things that drag out the game. I'm sure they'll do what they did with GTA 5, and in a couple of years or whatever, we'll see it. But until then.
Speaking about releases.
Sure.
Red Dead Redemption 2's PS4 exclusive content is actually going to be available on Xbox Live pretty soon here. I'm not exactly sure the exact date. I wasn't able to find it, unfortunately. It's just been kind of announced that they're going to be doing it, but no longer will you have to sit around your little Xbox and have to worry and feel excluded from these things. I honestly think they should have been doing this a long time ago. I feel like the exclusives were very, very hard on people, especially when they wanted to have an affordable machine. For example, like back in the day, Xbox 360 was more affordable than a PS3, and it was also more family friendly. So more people would actually have the Xbox, but then not get like all the exclusive games, all this, all that, blah 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 blah. Red Dead 1 was on the Xbox 360, but then you still didn't get the exclusives from Rockstar because of the Sony partnership and all that. But I think this is an amazing step forward for the gaming industry. Like it's nice to actually see them working together, because this also just coincides with the fact that you should have cross-platform play. You would just build a much stronger game like player base, and it doesn't. In my opinion, like I get, or not my opinion, but I get that the developers, especially people who want like exclusives for PS4 or like people that work there, yeah, I could understand they would want like spotlight on them. But at the end of the day, you've really got to understand your consumers and see what they can afford or what they need. But yeah, I think that's really cool, and I think we can jump right into the next topic actually.
Sure. Jump. God damn it. I just noticed what the next topic is. So listen. Okay, I want to hit on this real quick, but back with the Red Dead 2 thing before we jump onto the next one. God, oh, that's so good. It's so yeah.
I hate
you
it.
guys
But
be
like,
excited.
I've
This is gonna be
getting good with the puns.
that's a good cheesy pun transition, and I'm gonna save that little cliff note there. So Xbox One players will be able to access that content today. Okay, so if it's the Red Dead Online update is what's going to affect that, including that Battle Royale mode, right? So that's now. Xbox players will be able to access the Red Chestnut Arabian Horse, Alligator Skin, Ranch Cutter Saddle, and the High Roller Double Action Revolver in the Red Dead Online beta. So again, this kind of hits back to exclusivity deals. The only thing that's the good thing about this, and what Rockstar did that's different from, say, like what Activision did with Call of Duty, is that it's not that they're really paring away content. They're just taking away things that are effectively cosmetic, right? You don't get a huge tactical advantage for having the Red Chestnut Arabian Horse. And
Is
you
it
know,
not like any special speeds or anything?
No, I mean
it's like a mid-grade horse.
It's not the top of the line horse, right? So you're not getting
the in-game horse top of the line.
Right,
it's not
exactly.
It's not a play to win kind of.
Right. So it's not like all Sony players had an advantage. And of course, it wasn't cross-platform at the time, so there was never at any point a tactical advantage. Whereas like when I was playing the old Black Ops, when they had their exclusivity on X360, you would get a tactical advantage if you had it on X360 and then went back to PS4 a month later when it came out, because you'd be like, I know all the maps, suck it, you're done,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Yeah. So jumping into the next conversation, right? Originally published on Game Informer, the Jump Force open beta will begin next week. So the open beta to Jump Force, if you're not aware of what Jump Force is, it is basically the most ambitious fighting game crossover that I have ever seen. I am not an anime fan per se. I don't dislike it. I don't really like it. It is what it is, right? It just exists out there in the world.
And this is going to include like most of the people or most of the characters from Jump Magazine, the Japanese manga.
Okay, see, that is information that I am not familiar with, but I do know that this particular open beta has a couple of key features. First of all, there's a ton of characters that are going to be in the beta, which makes me think that there's going to be so many more characters available during the real full version game, because they're going to launch immediately into this beta with 17 different characters. You can see the list going: Goku, Vegeta, Frieza, Luffy, Naruto, Luffy, get the see, there it is. That's what I'm talking about. This isn't my thing, but it's a name that I recognize, right? And there are many, despite the fact that I don't know these series well, I can recognize the series, as being iconic, and to have those series cross over, it's going to end up answering all your questions, right? Like, who's really better? And the answer is always your personal preference. It doesn't really matter. Hopefully it'll be balanced like a fighting game.
Somebody's personal preference could be like, I don't know, let's just say Luffy. And then my personal preference would be like Ichigo or Rukia. And really, I think it comes down to who has the better button mashing skill at that point, until we start to find out if there's combos involved. I'm sure there will be combos involved, but it depends on how easily executed they are. It could just be like, what's it called? Mortal Kombat, where you have to input these crazy fucking combos
Yeah.
in onto the joysticks or onto the gamepad. It's just we can't really tell yet, but
Right.
hey,
I mean,
there's
so
an
far
open
it's
beta
just
coming
been
up.
there's been a lot of beautiful video footage out there. So if you're looking to check it out and see what they have, you know, you don't necessarily just have to watch videos. You've got about 6 days from today where you'll be able to do open beta tests. So this open beta, of course, being open means you don't have to necessarily register for it. Just get ready to play and jump in. This is going to be available on Xbox One and PS4 starting January 18th. Now, one thing that's critical about this open beta is that it is a stress test and not a free, like, anytime open beta, right? So you're not going to get on at 3 a.m. You'll have to basically get on in particular time blocks. And it doesn't appear that they tried to make it so that only America can play. So that's good if you're an international viewer. Then you're going to have an opportunity to play this during at least one of these time blocks. But time blocks will last for 3 hours. The first one on January 18th is at 4 a.m. Pacific time. Will last until 7 a.m. Pacific time. January 20th, there's noon Pacific time or 12 p.m. right, and it'll go until 3 p.m. So there's a pretty wide.
Important to add Pacific Standard Time because Pacific time can range across the entire Pacific coast.
That's true.
So there's a few hours in between there that might not be showing up right away.
Yes, it's not Pacific Japan, right? Yeah. So
there we go. Pacific Standard Time.
Good call.
Sorry about that, guys. So yeah, if you want to check out that or get more accurate like details and write it down or take a screenshot, go to GameInformer.com. So I think this brings us to our last topic, and it's one that's been buzzing for the last 2 days, and that is Bungie and Activision had a divorce. They're not here anymore, or they're not together anymore. It's definitely not a love-hate thing for me. I am absolutely stoked about this because I'm gonna come out and say it. Fuck Activision.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's amazing. And the best part about this is, I believe you were telling me, Bungie actually got out with Destiny. They didn't have to share custody of it. They didn't have to like give part of the ownership. They were able to grab it and run, basically, right?
Right. Yes. Yeah. So part of the issues that came up here is for really the full story is Activision. Now I don't personally have issues with Activision as a company. Any company is going to operate.
They have brought us good games. They have brought us good games,
right.
like Tony Hawk, Pro Skater 4.
They've got plenty of games that have been well developed. The problem with the company, as everybody knows, is that they are also a company that's looking to generate a profit, right? So unfortunately, they kind of worked themselves in such a way where they became profits over people after a little while, and that's kind of always been the conflict when it comes to Bungie and Activision working together, is that when Bungie originally left Microsoft, right, Microsoft owned the Halo IP, right? Bungie left, they said we're going to go do our own thing after ODST, and in establishing Destiny, Activision came through and said, okay, yeah, I really like this story, it's great, but how can we stretch it out, right? How can we make a couple more bucks? And that's unconfirmed, confirmed knowledge, right? Everybody pretty much agrees. There were writers that left the company near the end of production, not because of anything except that they felt like their product got chopped up.
Well, they got shortchanged on it. Like they did all this work just to have very little of it come through in the end, or be completely distributed like in weird quantities. It just basically it wasn't really working with the writers, and they just couldn't work with that. When you're a writer, you want to be able to give your content. You're putting your all into writing something, into having screen direction, everything, and just to have someone be like, yeah, I only want, like, say you have this, I only want this and this. Yeah. And it's just like, why did I put in all that work? Why wouldn't you just give me that direction in the first place? Like, they say, oh yeah, make me write this entire script, and then there's that.
Right. Well, that's kind of the thing is if you're a storied Destiny nerd, right, and you really know a lot about the early parts of the game, the later parts of the game, right, even from early alpha until today, there's content that's showing up even today that you've seen concept art since way back before the original game came out. It's always been pretty clear that things have been paired out, and so most of the people that I have seen, whether they're journalists or developers or whatever, they hear this news and they have said, unfortunately, they have said, this is good. This is really good for Bungie, right? And I think I can agree with that. I know that you just said F Activision. They're the worst on the planet.
I just hate how they ruined a game that could have been, like, it is a good game. Don't get me wrong. It's an amazing game. But I feel like they went the microtransaction route, but without it being microtransactions, it basically being like the price of a whole new game to add not even like, what, 2 to 3 hours maybe of gameplay from like a campaign that it was unfinished. It just irks me in the wrong way. Like, yeah, I would love to have more to a campaign added as long as I got to play the entire first part of the campaign. Like, I would rather wait a year or two longer for them to release a game just so I could play the entire thing. Hell, I'd be willing to pay more, like, just to get those things. But I feel like they totally went the wrong route. And the other part is, too, personally, I like to play a lot of the online Slayer version of Destiny. And, you know, like, I can't remember what it's called now.
Crucible?
Shoot. Crucible. Oh my god. I was thinking about it, like I had it in my mind, and then as soon as I went to bed, it was gone.
Yeah.
But Crucible, one of the biggest issues I had with Crucible was when people would get that DLC, they would bring the big ass guns in. They were way better than everybody else's gun, and then they would just dominate.
Right.
So it was literally pay to win at that point, and that kind of lost me on it for like the other part of the game that I still had to play.
I think to Bungie's credit on that, if you go into Crucible and you're not playing an Iron Banner, then it's supposed to be balanced, right? And Bungie spends a lot of time, they still do this, right, where they try to find the balance, like any other company with competitive play. And the problem is that you've got balance and then you've got user preference, right? So very quickly, people will realize, hey, all the pulse rifles in the game OP is right now in multiplayer, right? Or all the handguns in the game, hand cannons as they're called in Destiny, those are OP right now. So if you can get a hand cannon with a one-shot kill, you're damn right they're getting that, right? So a lot of that DLC content, you're right, it could be game breaking in ways, but for the most part, once you got out of Iron Banner, it wasn't too bad. Now since the early parts of even Destiny 2, right, they've implemented some new things. They have a mode currently, and I can't think of the name off the top of my head because I do play Destiny. Gambit? Yeah, I think it is. The competitive PvE mode. Yeah.
There we go. Oh my god, I was totally reading your mind right there.
Yeah. It's a super good mode. When you take out those unbalanced aspects, kind of, and then it's just about like how quick can you and your squad effectively like do a micro raid or whatever, right? And it's a lot of fun. And I think that Bungie's going to see some good things coming down the pipe here now that they're in full creative control. One thing to note on the side of this, before we go deeper, is that if you already own Destiny 2 and you own it on the PC, that means that you own it on the Battle.net or Blizzard client, right?
Yeah.
Activision has agreed. Yes. Yeah, it was free for a little while, and it's so if you've got it on there already, you don't have to worry about losing it, having to repurchase it or transfer it or any of that business. Activision has agreed that it can stay on that client, and they will continue to publish in favor, but not publish directly for Bungie. So basically, Bungie will be able to issue updates through that client as long as Destiny 2 exists. Whatever happens with Destiny 3, potentially, I don't know. But
well, hopefully we see a Destiny 3, and hopefully Bungie gives us a full game right off the bat.
Yeah. I think that's going to be the case. I mean, the way that they do things, they'll probably, I don't know, but we'll see it as it develops. They'll probably move off of a 3 times a year major update structure and switch over to something where
$80, you know, update.
Yeah, exactly, right. But they'll change it over.
Shade on that, but I like to buy a game and then have the choice to be able to enjoy it further on versus pay to enjoy it further on. It's just
right. Well, it's
one of those things.
Yeah, I think that a good company is going to have, you got your major content drop, you've got a couple of free updates. If you want to have some paid content, maybe you have something cosmetic in there, and then you've got your next big annual drop where you have paid content. I mean, you've got companies like Psyonix that develops that game Rocket League, right? When you play Rocket League, you bought it one time, and they have microtransactions that fund their pro scene. And those microtransactions aren't game breaking; they're all cosmetic. It's fun. You know, you play Team Fortress 2. They got a lot of hats. It's no big deal, right? And that's really the ideal way, right? Because if somebody wants to be a nerd, they want to have some fun and show off, then they can spend their money, but it's just showy offy. It's not gonna, like you said, right? It's not gonna be game breaking.
Yeah, it's not gonna be pay to win, basically.
Right.
Which is the biggest problem, I think, in games like right now. It's just, I think you really lose your customer base when you do that, because especially people that aren't, say, as skillful, they get these items and then they start kicking ass and like doing all these things to people that have like learned how to do stuff properly. It's just, I don't know. I think it's just such a cheap way of winning. I don't know. It irks me the wrong way. Anyways, I think it's about time we wrap this up.
Sure. Yeah. So if you have been watching live over on Twitch TV, on Mixer, if you have any questions, comments, okay, I actually have. I'm seeing a comment come through on Twitch. It's definitely just a troll, but it's pretty funny. It says, my big question is, I'm gonna in parentheses, in favor of horses. Why does Red Dead Redemption not contain alpacas? I don't really know the answer to that, I'll be honest with you, but if they added llamas and alpacas, I'd be pretty excited to see that. I think that would be... So
I'm thinking I am having more technical issues currently, and I'm sorry to bring this up.
Rough.
I'm about to see if my Twitch has even been showing anything.
Ooh.
Blank fucking screen.
Blank screen.
The entire fucking podcast.
30 minutes.
Are you serious?
Are you catching audio? Are you catching the audio?
This Twitch machine got unplugged.
It
hasn't showed anything.
Oh no.
And I'm live. Are you fucking serious?
Break it down.
Thank you, Twitch. And no audio.
Oh no.
Fuck
this has been episode 1 of the Gamers United podcast.
And I wasn't watching the chat.
My name is Joseph Madden. This is Sam Smith.
It's
all good. It's gonna be broken a few times. This is why we stream live in 2 simultaneous locations each and every week, right here on Twitch.tv. For now, have a good day.
Okay.